Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's everyone's favorite time of the month, completed pages. These are going to be my pages for November. We're going to see how this video goes. It's actually midday, which is usually when I would film because there's not that many people at the apartment. But it has snowed all day, so everyone is at the apartment. And I'm going to hope there's not a lot of noise coming in from other apartments. So we'll see if we can get through this video. I don't have that many pages this month. I did quite a few color by number pages, though, and some other ones. I was just a little bit busy, but then I had the holidays for a break. And yeah, I can't believe that it's right after Thanksgiving and it's already snowing in Missouri, at least in the northern parts. But let's get into it. We have Hygge Hollow by Steph Mortimer, cute and spooky fall coloring book. I did one page out of here. And I did this page with the bat getting coffee. I'm very happy with how this page turned out. The only thing I maybe don't like is the little firefly here, perhaps. I mean, I believe that's what he is. If you look on the front cover, he could also just be a fly or something. I'm not so sure I like how the glow around him turned out. Tried to make it look like, you know, he was glowing like a firefly. But I like the rest of the page. I think my blending turned out nice on the trees and the ground and the building itself. I really like how the words cafe turned out on this one. So there's no glitter gel pen on here, but there is plenty of white gel pen highlights on the plant pots and on the window itself. This one is mostly just really simply straightforward marker with some blending. I didn't do too much. I did make it a nighttime scene even though he's getting coffee because I wanted the lights on the trees to glow. But maybe he's staying up late because he's a bat. You know, bats are nocturnal, so maybe he's staying up quite late and needs the coffee. Okay, so next up, I have two pages out of the Mosaic Color by Number Dazzling Animals 2 by Jennifer Rawlins or Bright Ideas Paper Publishing. I just work in order in this book because I use water-based markers and you can't tell what the pictures are anyway. So picture number 2 is the fox from the cover here. And you guys really liked this one over on Instagram. I probably could have used a lighter gray here, but to be honest, my light gray water-based markers were kind of running out, so I had to use a darker gray. I do like how this one turned out. Again, here's what it is supposed to look like. Here's what mine looks like. A little bit of a difference. It's not too bad. Okay, the next one, a little crazy. So this is picture number 3. It doesn't look too bad through the camera, actually, but in person, this blue is quite, it's a little too much. It's supposed to be, again, another picture from the cover, this cat right here. The blue is the first color, actually, because you go in order of the numbers, so 11 came first, and that's just light blue. And I didn't know what the picture was going to be, so I just went crazy with the light blue, thinking, oh, it's the ocean, and we're going to see fish, or this is the sky, and it's going to be birds. No, it's the shadow, white shadow on the cat's fur. Yeah, in person he's very, very blue. On camera it's flashed out a little bit and it doesn't look so bad. Actually looks totally fine on camera. But in person he's a little bit funky looking. After the blue came and then I started doing the green around it, I was like, oh no, it's not a fish in the ocean. I realized from the shape of it eventually that it was this picture here, and I thought about just abandoning the brown colors and just making him like purple or pink or something and just going with a totally crazy color scheme because the blue was already kind of wacky, but I kept it with what it is, and yeah, it's not too bad on camera, but in person he is very, very, very blue. So we'll see what happens with the next pages that I do. Alright, so next I have 50 Autumn Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova, one of her original miniatures books. And I did another fox page. Let me, hold on, couldn't flip to it. There we go. Yep, I did another fox for this month. I did this one, and I'm not sure what kind of fruit or berries these are supposed to be, so I just made them purple. No idea, not super great at identifying plants. Animals I'm fine with. And this one really just has a little bit of white gel pen on the fox's fur here, and the white highlights that actually Camellia had already drawn in on the berries themselves. And then there's nothing else here. There's no glitter. This is just markers and a second layer of markers for like a little bit of shading. I did look up different fox fur colors and just decided to settle on the classic red fox. We do have gray foxes here in Missouri too, but I thought the red one would look a little bit better with the berries. Yeah, it was a very straightforward page, very easy, very simple, but I like how that one turned out a lot. Okay, next up we have a page out of Coco Wild's Girl Moments. And I also shared this one on Instagram. It's the girl sleeping while she fell asleep reading or listening to music, maybe an audiobook. So the only thing I don't really like, I don't like how my blending turned out for the sky background. I think I could have maybe chose the colors a little bit better on that and blended them better. But the rest of the page I'm actually totally fine with. I tried a technique I saw for curly hair and I think it turned out really well. I always do striped cat, so I did a calico this time. I wasn't sure what to do with the floor because it was kind of bland, but I saw someone do the little speckled dots for carpet, and I think it turned out pretty good, actually. I don't mind it at all. The one thing I will say was that I did try to do stripes on this pillow, and I didn't like how they looked, so then I tried to go back over it with a more, like, darker solid color, but the stripes still kind of come through a little bit. I wish they would look a little more solid, but oh well. I think the blending on the plant spec here turned out the best. One thing I will say is that I kind of struggled to pick colors for furniture. I've never had a lot of books before that have so much furniture in it the same way this one does. Like, look here at the next page with her taking a bath. There's so much furniture here. The shelves and this little cabinet here, the bathtub, the mats. So many indoor pages with a lot of furniture. Let's see if I can find another one. It's really good. Like this one here with the couch and the TV. I'm just not used to coloring furniture, and I don't know like what good colors for furniture are, I guess. All of my furniture is black, gray, or white. I do have a very like modern looking furniture thing going on, but that's kind of boring to color, right? That's why I started with the gray walls, but then I was like, it's gonna be very boring if I just do like my style of furniture. So I need to like, I don't know, look at some inspiration on some more colorful furniture or something, I think, to kind of figure out in the future how to make some more nicer looking furniture on the pages. Okay, next up I have Fall Fairies by Deborah Muller, of course, and I did, let's see if I can flip to it. This page here, this girl with the owl, and I'm very, very thrilled with how this page turned out, actually. I think it turned out fantastic. I used the Skin Tone Ohuhu markers for her skin, but the rest of this was Kelly Art markers. Which you can shade with a little bit. It's just that they don't blend as nicely and you kind of have to work a lot faster, because I did blend like the blue tips on her hair here into the black and it looks fine. You just have to know that they don't blend as well as the Ohuhu markers, and like I said, kind of work a little bit faster with them and keep them like wetter, keep the leading edge a little bit better. So I did use white gel pen on this page, some highlights on the berries and on her lips and in her eyes. And then I did some white Prismacolor pencil back here for a little bit of like a aura coming off the moon. Again, since I was using Cali Art markers, I didn't think I could do a moon glow like I have done on some of the smaller pages where I shade it out and blend it. I didn't think I could pull it off on such a big space like this, especially with the Cali Art markers, so just use the pencil. And then for her wings, I did use some green Posca to go over it and kind of give them a different effect. And then some of the stars on her outfit are glittery. It's always the dual metallic glitter gel pens. Those are like the only ones that I use. And I actually don't think I did anything very special on the owl at all. Oh, well, I did some white gel pen for his claws here, but that's it. Yeah, I am very, very happy with how this page turned out. It might be my favorite page I've completed in this book so far. I think it turned out really nice. Alright, next up, we have Color by Number Animals by Jade Summer. Some of you guys are probably asking, what about Christmas pages, by the way? I don't do Christmas until after Thanksgiving. I'm one of those people. I want to get Thanksgiving out of the way first. And speaking of Thanksgiving, I wanted to color a turkey page, and basically all the fall books that I have one turkey page in them, and they've already been colored. So this book does have a turkey page in it. However, I was coloring it from back to front so that, you know, you don't cover up the guide here for your colors. But I had to break that rule because there was a turkey in here and he's toward the beginning. So I did the turkey page. This was just with a collection of like Sharpies and some older, like a very, very original set of Ohuhu markers where there's just like they're numbered 1 through 100. These, hold on, let me pull one out. These very, very, very old ones, like Ohuhu's original release. I still have about 30 of these left around that are kind of running low on ink, not enough to color like a full page, but they work on this page. You're just filling in small spaces like this. So I used those and a combination of Sharpies and Bic markers. And yeah, I mean, I like how it turned out. Again, I know I said that the color chart having all 48 colors on it rather than just the colors you need to use for the page does annoy me. But this one wasn't too bad because it wasn't so many colors. Some of the pages do like to use 20 or 30 colors rather than like a dozen, and that makes it a little harder and is more annoying, but I think I can put up with it now. I'm not too annoyed by it yet. If I get too annoyed, I'll just have to put the book away for a while, I think. The turkey turned out fantastic though. My problem is that the images in this book do turn out really, really nice, and they look fantastic colored. So I don't want to give up on it just yet, especially these full page images instead of just these I don't like as much, where it's just 4 little squares. The full page images look really fantastic. So we'll see how much more I can keep handling it. Hold on, my book stack is gonna crash onto the floor and you're gonna hear it, I think. Let me move it over. Okay. So next is the other project book that I have. I didn't get to color in Women of the World or Women's World, the Kira Sneeve one that I have been coloring every month. I skipped this month because I just didn't feel like coloring in it. I wanted to take a break from it. That's my other project book. So this one is one that I'm coloring 5 pages in every month to try to finish. And to be honest, it's very easy to do. Some of these pages take me 10-15 minutes. Some of them are a little more detailed though. So up first, I know I did the honey at the very beginning. I did that last month, didn't I? Okay. So we have Princess Peach's dress here. The dress just looked like Princess Peach from Mario's dress, right? Without any color on it yet. So that's what I did. I did Princess Peach's dress, made it pink. This could also be Daisy, because of course she wears the same dress, and you could have made it yellow and orange, but those are not my favorite colors in particular. So I just did pink, and yeah, pretty straightforward and easy. The next page, well actually the first page I did this month was this page with the books and the scroll and the feather. I'm actually pretty happy with how the feather turned out. I think it turned out fantastic. I went with a different color on the scroll. I know it's kind of green, but there was already like a lot of paper on these books and the candle was already yellowish color and I didn't want it to all be yellow again. So I just went for green and tried something different and I think it turned out. And I don't know, my little tabs are sinking into the book here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I did the guitar page. This was just a random one that I flipped through and did. I think it turned out nice. I did rainbow color on the notes. And I did gel pen for those highlights on them. And then, hold on. Like I said, my tabs are like sinking into the pages on this one. I know I did 5 pages this month, but I only have 4 tabs, so I'm missing one somewhere. Maybe the honey page was this month. I'm thinking it was, and I just forgot to show it, or maybe it was last month? I don't remember. In any case, this page may have been this month, or it may have been last month. I can't remember. I know I colored 5 pages in here this month, but my tabs are sinking like down the page, so I can't figure out what the other page is. Here's my 4th page for sure. I know I did this one this month. I did the mixtape, 80s mix, and I just did like the very stereotypical, like I feel like the yellow and like the neon pink and blue are kind of stereotypical like 80s colors, so I did those for the shapes in the background. And the mixed tape reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill's Awesome Mix, and it's like an orange and black tape like this. And then I did some white highlights on the pin. Okay, hold on, let me flip through here because I know I did 5 pages, but where is my 5th tab at? I don't know. It has fallen down the page, basically. And I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. Just not sure where. Well, not getting very far here. Okay, well, I'm not totally sure. It may or may not have been the honey page. I have to go back and look at October and see what I did that month. Well, alright. Sorry about that. Okay, last but not least, new book. New book that I will have a flip through up of, and it's Camellia Angel Co.'s 50 Joyous Miniatures, and I did a buddy color in here with Misty, and she posted on Instagram, and I have also shared it on Instagram, so you can go see how her page turned out. I really like how her page turned out, especially how she colored her snow. I'm not sure if I really like how I did my snow, and I've got some blotter pages on here still, because I used a lot of paint on this page, and I just wanted to make sure that it was totally dry and good before I finished it up. So we picked to do this squirrel, or I'm the one who picked the page this time, and I want to do this little squirrel. Like I said, I wasn't ready for Christmas yet because it was before Thanksgiving, so I picked a wintry page. And I am very happy with how it turned out. Just not sure about my snow. I followed a tutorial and I didn't quite get it, I think. I also followed a tutorial for the frost on the windows here. It was very easy. So you take like a paint pen, like a Posca paint pen. I'm gonna hold a gel pen in my hand instead of the paint pen, and then you just kind of do this with the paint, flick, 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 and then you take a Q-tip and just kind of push it upward and smudge it around, and it makes it look like frost around the window, and I actually think it turned out really, really good. And you can also go over it at the end with your white pen, any kind of white Prismacolor, white, I think even a Crayola would work for this because it's just white, and then you just kind of like smudge it out a little bit more. And I actually think it turned out really well for frost built up on the windows to give it an impression that it's like super cold. And I also did paint around the blanket. So there's like green paint and then red and then yellow corresponding to the marker colors that I used. I was going to follow a tutorial that I saw where they used these same colors, but then like they did like little snowmen on the green and like little gingerbread men and little candy canes. And I tried it on a scrap piece of paper, and I'm just not good enough at drawing the little patterns. I could do like stripes or dots, but when it came to like drawing the little gingerbread men and stuff, not me. So I just kept it solid, but still did the paint trick over it, and I still think it looks really nice. I don't think it looks like it's missing too much. And then there is just some white gel pen around the snow out here, and the little like string holding the window together, and then highlights down here on his acorn, and then the edge of the blanket here too, just to kind of blend it all together. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this one turned out. I mostly used my Ohuhu markers. This being one of Camellia's newer books, the images are, I can show you, much larger compared to the fox that I did in a previous one, so my Ohuhu markers actually work in here without bleeding too much. But yeah, I really like how Misty's snow turned out. I think she did a really nice job. It looked really, really good. So definitely go check out her channel and go check out her Instagram, which is Country in CC, I believe. And her YouTube is Dreams in Color, I think. I will definitely put them down below and link to them in the information down below so you can find them easier, but check out hers for sure because they had a lot of fun doing this buddy color, and I think hers turned out really, really well as well. And if anyone wants to do a buddy color with me this month out of this book or any Christmas books, let me know. I do have Camellia's winter miniatures and then her first Christmas miniatures book. I know she's put out another one, festive miniatures or something, and I don't have that one, and I don't have the Arctic one. So those were all of my pages for this month. Like I said, not too many. I believe I have 11 pages done, or I have 11 tabs over here. I think it's going to be 12 pages if I could figure out what page I did in the easy coloring book, but I can't. So yeah, definitely 11 or 12 pages, had a bit of a busy month, but I'm very ready for December, and I'm going to try to color in all of my Christmas and winter books, which I don't have nearly as many as I do my Halloween books, so I think that's very doable for December. Let me know if you guys want to buddy color in any of them, by the way. Even just Camelia's books. I know I have Easy Christmas, I have Season of Love, I have a few of them that we could work together in. You can always message me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment here on YouTube and I will respond to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.